answer no.
Well, the Hull Children's University is a programme which offers young people aged 7 to 14 years from areas of disadvantage and deprivation opportunities to experience life beyond their local communities. And it offers connections to the outside world, and particularly for these young people, to the world of work. So what we did in our Hull City, inner city areas, we identified the major problems existing. High unemployment, drug and alcohol abuse, and all the socio-economic traits that you see before us were all indicative of those particular areas where we work with the Children's University. And those last four identified problems of poor educational attainment, literacy difficulties, and truancy, and child behavioural difficulties are the issues that we really wanted to address with our programme. So, issues arising from those major problems, what we've got in Hull, we've got children who are from 2, 3 and 4 generations of unemployment. And there's very little difference between life on benefits and those who are on the minimum wage. So the children are being encouraged by their parents to live life on benefits with no purpose, no hope, with no incentive, with no self-fulfillment. And we thought that this was just really sort of lacking of hope in their lives. So the reality is there's a huge difference in the learning gap between the haves and the have-nots, from the leafy suburbs around Hull to our inner city areas. And the major problems of our young children that they've got lacking of self-esteem, confidence and self-belief. But this last issue is a mammoth problem in our inner cities, particularly in Hull, this lack of aspiration and ambition. So how to solve the problem? We empowered our young people. We asked them with whom, where, when and how would you like to work, so that you want to learn as opposed to being told that you have to learn. So what was surprising was where they wanted to learn. These kids were becoming victims of regeneration, isolated within their own communities. And so they wanted to go away from their comfort zones, away from their school, away from the local communities, accompanied by other people than their parents, but mentors from the world of business, students, parents, other parents, and a free elective situation which we've got within the University of Hull, where we've got undergrads as role models for our young kids. So what we devised with the Hull Children's University Pathway to Learning, 6 concepts. Mental development through MySpace, a can-do culture, a positive attitude and optimism, lots and lots of activity with partnerships with local gymnasiums, with professional coaches to give them healthy lifestyles, partnerships with Natural England where we take kids to farms where they've never been before, they think all their food comes from Asda. We then have got a Hull Children's University chef who brings in parents to give them that, you know, the healthy living. Aspirations and ambitions, this has just taken off, and if we could be beyond capacity, we could get children going out to work zones, to hospitals, and I'll show you an array of learning destinations where we take these children to give them that broader experience of life, which my research shows does impact on attainment and achievement. We also work with Age Concern, Age UK, because we think that children should empathise and that intergenerational education going on. We're also regular visitors to London where we're trying to get children interested in current affairs, and we bring them to Parliament where they have debates and say, look, at the age of 18 you can formulate your future because you have the vote. So very, very important. So here's some of the learning destinations which we try to take our kids to. Total fitness. Natural England. Kids, that child in that picture there didn't know what a field pattern was. He was 12, 13. They've not been out to the countryside. They don't know what it's like. They're captive within their own little ghetto areas in a city. We bring them to the University of Hull to say that you can aspire to become a university student. So to hotels, to airports, to, again, countryside trails, churches and places of culture which are foreign to them within their little worlds. Lots and lots of jobs, forklift truck drivers, architects, whatever you want to be, make sure that you want to be the best. Smith and Nephew, wound management, hands-on activities, children, actually visibly, tangibly learning. Those are kids that want to go into the forces, we take them there and say, you can aspire to be whatever you want. This guy here left school, no qualifications, aspired to become a helicopter pilot. Humberside Police, British Ports where Hull's economy is based, Hull City Football Club, the future surgeons, doctors, nurses, carers at the Clinical Skills Unit. We give them all these experiences. And the construction industry. So what we're saying to these children is, look, you go out there and make life go to life. It doesn't come to you. Make it happen for yourselves. So the impact that the Children's University is in fact having, it is broadening their horizons, it is raising aspirations, and the big thing there for me is it is also impacting on attainment, because we are in a qualification driven society. So all these things which now is making learning cool for these kids is having an impact on their performance, which is great, and most important of all, providing these kids with hope. So, you know, with 25 schools, we would, at the moment, a turnover of £100,000, a £25,000 would enable us to have more part-time tutors to expand the programme. But the way forward is that we're now targeting the children who are disadvantaged within areas of disadvantage. Those kids who are having traumatic situations in their lives. And some of the real life situations that we confront, you know, Susie, whose dad raped her 10-year-old cousin, dad now in jail, mum in care. Darren, dad attempted to murder mum by driving a car through the front lounge. Emma, whose parents abandoned her to live with respective new partners, now living with Gran. And so this is what we're trying to get these young kids involved. Comments made by young people. And I'm sorry, but the clock's been...
What
comments have been made by young people?
Yeah.